This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview.
Caracal Gold has announced the discovery of a new high-grade zone above the current underground workings and above the areas drilled as part of the mineral resource estimate on the Kilimapessa Hill deposit. The zone is being accessed from the current open pit, and with exploration drilling on hold at present, a decision was made to bulk sample the area and process the material through the milling plant. Mining commenced on the zone on the 9th of March, and 360 tonnes per day is being processed through the milling plant, with average grades from 3.31 grams per tonne to 4.74 grams per tonne being processed. The exploration team is now extending the work on the high-grade zone to define the full extent of the strike, and this will be followed by trenching and sampling and ultimately drilling, with the goal of defining high-grade ore for long-term processing through the milling plant and to include the ounces into the Kilimapessa Hill mineral resource estimate. Well, joining us now is Robbie McCrae, the CEO of Caracal Gold. Welcome, Robbie. How are you doing?
I'm very well, in yourself, Mark. Nice to speak to you again.
Indeed, it was only last week we had quite a long update on audio only because I know the internet was not super where you were at that time, but it's good to be seeing you again on site. I think you are on site, aren't you? How are things generally feeling on site?
So yeah, the energy on site is really good. Everyone's really upbeat, going really well. I was down at the plant this morning and yeah, the spirits are really high.
Excellent. Well, how significant is the discovery of the high-grade zone on Kilimapessa Hill for Caracal Gold's expansion plans?
Yeah, I mean, we've expected to find high-grade material on the hill for a while. All the signs were always there. It's a windfall for Caracal and Kilimapessa and all of our stakeholders after OSIM let us down in January. So yeah, it's great news. It really is great news. We needed a bit of luck. And the geology team has worked hard on identifying the zone. And we're very pleased to have put it out to the market today. Now the high-grade ore means we can process a lower tonnage, which means less mining, less processing costs, but still recovering the amount of gold that we need to do. So now we're running the numbers, and we'd like to publish those numbers at some stage in the future. We have the advantage. We're not running the numbers in a desktop study. We're actually running the numbers through as we process the ore through our plant. So whatever we put out will be the actual numbers. Exploration, as we said, the exploration has started. I was with the geos this morning up on the hill having a look at what they've got planned and what they're busy with. So we're very excited about that. So and it's moving. Yeah, moving forward, it should generate some nice news flow. I can't wait to put out the grades that we've processed for the next 10 days. So from the 20th to the 29th of March. I'm looking forward to that.
Excellent. Okay. Now, can you provide any more details on the current mining plan for the high-grade zone and what the expected results could be?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a new discovery, and again, we've got the advantage of having the milling plant. It's unfortunate that we're not drilling at the moment, but we'd have to design the drilling plan on this anyway, and we'll start drilling pretty soon. We've targeted an initial 90-day mining plan, so we put that together. We've mapped it, we've sampled it, we've bulk sampled it, we've gone in on an intensive sampling campaign. The mining engineers will know we've spray painted all the areas in the pit where we're going to be mining, and yeah, we've got sufficient ore to get us through the next 90 days, and that should tie in nicely with our proposed financing for our expansion plan. And then we're now exploring for the longer term future to see how much high-grade ore that we've got, and importantly, we think we've picked up, and we're really understanding the ore body more and more and more, and I believe we're going to find more of these zones.
Okay. Well, I noticed from your comments in the RNS, one thing you were quoted saying the exploration team can't wait to begin drilling. So could you perhaps lay out some of the key next steps for Caracal Gold in terms of exploration drilling and indeed optimization of the milling plant?
Yeah, I mean, on the drilling, I mean, we've all the geophysical work and the sampling and the bulk sampling work that we're doing is being mapped, and the guys are crunching it into our exploration software and putting it into the mining plan. I expect we'll be able to present our drilling program quite shortly. Frank is on leave in Abidjan, but he's very excited, and we had a long call, Francois and I, with Frank today. And we'll map out how many meters we need to drill, and then we need to close our financing and get some money in to do the drilling. So we're hoping to do that, soon. I hope to be drilling early in the third quarter.
Early in the third quarter. Well, you mentioned financing there, and this is a big situation that Caracal wants to get sorted, I know, and shareholders, of course, interested as well. I mean, what impact do you anticipate this new discovery will have on Caracal Gold's financial position and ability to secure funding for the expansion project for the second quarter of 23?
Our current financial model and what we've presented all the way through from when we were talking to OSIM and all the other financiers now, the milling plant always played a key part in what we were doing. We always marketed that we were building a big heap leach facility, but we had an existing milling plant which we could expand and optimize to treat the high grade ore that comes out of the mine. Previously, we stated 2.5 grams per ton would be qualified as high grade ore going through the plant. It's no secret in our quarterlies. We've been processing anything above 2 grams a ton through the mill. And making a bit of money on that. I mean, this is a real windfall. Lower tonnage is going to drive our costs down. If we can prove up enough of this high-grade ore to support a bigger operation and the installation of the second mill as we had planned, it's just more and more upside. We would love to get it to a point, and we're working on increasing the tonnage at the moment. The limitation is the pit, but the mill can comfortably process 500 ton a day at the moment. So that has a major impact on the money that we generate, and we'll plug these numbers into the model, and then any financier looking at the model will see that it's even more robust than what we presented previously when we put out that update late last year, and we presented the financials for the project. Those will improve. Pilot plant heap leach is still running very well, and we're working on optimizing that, so that will go in alongside what we're doing. It all bodes very well for our expansion, and it all bodes very well for the discussions and the work that we're going through with the financier.
Okay, well, I'm sure there's no doubt that the news today would enforce or enhance your discussions and give confidence to any potential financier. But do you think they'd want to see a little bit more time, perhaps, to get things running through the mill a bit more at a steady pace before they would sort of press the button? What's your feeling on how you can close the financing situation?
We active discussions. We're progressing fast. One of the finance guys, one of the financing teams or companies is sending their independent technical engineers to site on the 12th of April. So we're making progress. We're making progress. We're talking to a few parties, but guys are taking it seriously, and they're spending money on the process now by sending the engineers. Lawyers are involved now, papering things up. So we're making real progress.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you for that, Robbie. Look forward to seeing how that develops. Maybe we can catch up, hopefully before, but certainly around or after the 12th of April there, just to get a feel for what it was like when these guys actually visited site. But for now, thank you very much for your time. Robbie McCrae, CEO of Caracal Gold.
Thank you, Mark. Always a pleasure to talk to you.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter, and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.